If I'm going to be a senior sales officer, what do I need to know? I need to know about the distribution. I need to know about the products. I need to know about the regions. Because those are the questions they're going to ask me. And then I put in my application at the end of 2 years and say, I'm ready to be a senior sales officer. And I'm ready.
Wow.
I've been here. So please don't hire somebody from outside. I'm here now.
So it's not necessarily in your daily routine. You have to be deliberate about planning.
Exactly.
For that promotion. You have to actively do that.
Yes. Plan your career. If you've been in a job for 2 years, you probably know a lot about that job. 2 years later, if you're still doing the same thing without a challenge, my friend, where is your pay rise coming from?
Wow. When you get a job, you need to work. Now, on the other hand, is it in the hard work or in the smart work? That if hard work is what paved the way, the people who do manual labor, the ones who wake up very early, they are up by 4 a.m., a lot of hard and manual labor for something measly at the end of the day. And they say instead work smart. So does this hold water?
The richest man in the world interviews us. They will always say, to get wealthy, work hard. It doesn't matter if it's Strive, Masiwa, or Dangote. Know where you're going on this earth if you don't learn to work. The question you're asking is a very important. It's a perception shift. Is it hard work or is it working hard? Because if you say this is hard work, that tells me something about your character. This work is too hard. You're looking for an excuse to work smart. Working hard incorporates working smart. I frankly disagree with this. People say that you can get rich without doing anything. Simply bet or gamble or do something and you'll become a millionaire. That they don't become millionaires, they earn 1 million shillings. There's a difference between a millionaire, because a millionaire is able to keep their money. You will appreciate the money you earn, even if it's 5 bob, if you have worked for it. If you have not worked for it, even if I gave you 1 million, the million can be gone tomorrow. There are competencies and characters which you build, which enable you to develop the capacity to handle the kind of wealth you want. If you are faithful in a little, you will be faithful in much. But if you can't manage this little, how do you expect to be like your employer who runs a 20 billion shillings empire? Let's get a sense of respect here. He's worked so hard that he's created opportunity for others. No. You have to work hard. Just because Manu Chandari has 10 companies doesn't mean that he should give you one. You might get a job in that environment and you will begin to learn, create value for yourself, to see the way so that you too can handle that level of wealth. Some people should not be given the kind of money they want. They haven't learned how to manage it yet.
Are people entitled when they feel that they're not paid enough? Is that self-entitlement or?
Take personal responsibility for your own success. And I'll say this very carefully, because indeed there could be underpayment. The environment just doesn't have support the kind of pay that you would like. And so the market rate is below your what you feel is what you're worth. That's not a problem. That situation pertains all around the world. So
it's a global situation.
It's a global situation. You're not going to change it by complaining to your employer that you are underpaying me. You'd rather think about, how do I manage what I have to get to where I want? I'll give you an example. In every company, you'll probably find that the receptionist is the one who makes these donuts or mandazis and brings them every morning. And she has clientele throughout the organization. There's some people who will not eat breakfast, or they will not drink tea until Mary has brought her mandazi. If Mary fails to bring that mandazi,
the day doesn't go well.
The day doesn't begin. So let's talk about Mary. She's the receptionist. She gets 25,000.
That is extra selling mandazis.
Now, I'm not saying that you start selling mandazis, although you could. But what I'm saying is, think around the situation and environment in which you are in. And you'll probably find that if you have some level of discipline, you can actually achieve that. Brian worked for me on the farm, and he just had a primary school education. So I said, okay, feed the dogs, do the farm work, make sure everything is out. You be the caretaker in the area. And he did this job very well. So after a while, he said, I can see there's construction going on next door. Can I go and work there? I said, no. And he said, okay, if I finish my work, can I go? So long as nothing is missing, you finish your work. You only do it in the afternoons, not in the morning. The guy would go.
Wow.
Do you know he learned how to do the construction, mix the cement, all those kind of stuff? He was actually tuitioning himself. After a couple of months, I needed to get a construction done in my compound.
Wow.
So I says, Brian, that stuff you've been doing there, can you do it here? I says, yeah. So he did it. I gave him pay rise because suddenly he has been appreciated, because I knew that if I don't keep this up, he's going to go to those guys.
Yes.
This was an excellent worker. He's not telling you this is too little money and so on. Now, he didn't go to secondary school. So this aptitude was going to carry him far. After a while, I taught him how to drive. So he went to get a driving license. And now he's a driver, he's a caretaker, and he's a constructor. That young man took the skills that he got from his employment and built himself a house in the village.
Amazing.
Now you tell me about a person with a vision and all the skills he learned it from employment. I want to confess that all the skills I put into practice now, I've learned from my employer. I sat down, how do these guys make money? They do marketing, and then how much do they charge? How much does it cost? I learned from them. Now, if I was to start one of my own, how would I do this? Guess where I went to University of Consulting.
Wow. Your employer is your university. I think that answers the question of personal development. Wow. That's a light bulb moment.
Don't go to get your MBA from the university and get a promotion. It's right in front of you. You are in an enterprise. It's a university. And you know what? They pay you to learn.
Wow. That's mind-blowing.